Hey, let me ask you a question real quick. Who are you? Can you honestly answer that right this moment? Do you know who you are? Seriously, I've been thinking a lot about who in the hell I am. Let's talk about this. So I'm about to drop this new product and this new website, and I had to write a new bio for it. And it's always weird to me, you know, you write like a bio and you got to talk about yourself and your accomplishments, and I already have a big enough problem where I struggle with being a douchebag as it is, because I talk about my experiences a lot, so it's really weird. Kind of like right now I'm talking about my experience, so it's weird for me to write bios, and I'm too cheap to hire someone else to do it. So I wrote the bio myself, but it got me to think, it's like, who am I? Well, I know who I am inside, right? I know what goes on in my head, the things that I don't speak, the things that I just think, how I operate, the things that I've done. But then there's the public perception too. If you ask my son who I am, he might say my dad, a guy I love a lot, my hero. If you ask my clients who I am, they might say a guy that went all in with me and did exactly what I paid him to do and delivered over and above and beyond. Great guy. You might ask me, I'll tell you, hey, I'm a human being with, you know, high moral standards and ethics. I don't cut corners. I've done everything in my life the hard way, and nobody can strip it away from me, and I don't owe anybody shit along the way, so nobody can ever hold me hostage or blackmail me. And I've operated my life that way for quite some time now. It hadn't always been that way. It's been that way for quite some time now, but that's not something that the general public knows. That's something that, you know, I just know inside, because that's how I operate. You might ask my haters, who am I? And they may tell you that I'm a, you know, douchebag, tool bag, asshole, full of shit. And who's to say that they're wrong? See, that's the thing. We like to say that, oh, because more people agree with me than disagree with me, then the haters must be wrong. But what if the haters are just the ones that can see through the bullshit? Right? What if the haters are the 1%ers that just know that what we're up to is not right? Now, I'm not saying that's the case in my case, but again, I wouldn't admit it if it was right, neither would you, because we don't want to say that our haters are right, because that'd be fucked up. But what if they are? If I died today and someone asked you, who is Ryan Stewman? I had to think about, what would you say? Would you say like author, consultant, social media coach? Like, no, because none of that matters. Would you say like tattooed stoner guy that cusses too much on social media? Possibly. So I had to ask myself in the bio, who am I? And I had to think about it from multiple points of views, and it led me to basically a bullshit bio, because the stuff sent me down a really deep path. So I just decided to go back and talk about my business accomplishments. But for the last few days, I've really been thinking about that question, who am I? You should think too. A lot of times as humans, we let three things really identify us. Our name, where we come from, and what we do for a living. It's like, hey, I'm Ryan Stewman from Dallas, Texas. I'm a business consultant. Those are the three things that we want to know about somebody, right? That's how we identify. Oh, that's Ryan from Dallas. He's a consultant. And so I want you to think about that. If someone, if you were to pass away today, unfortunately, and people said, well, who was that guy? And they asked, who were you? What would they say about you? What would the different groups say about you? And which group would be right? See, we can doctor up stuff on the web. And we can, you know, when we pass away, we can have a Wikipedia page or something like that that says all these great things about us and don't tell it like it is. Or we could just get real, you know? Some days I'm a grumpy asshole. Some days I'm mean, short-tempered, and frustratable. Right? That's who I am. That's who I really am. But I really do care at the same time. Every single day I wake up, I care about taking care of the people around me, from Jackson, Asher, and Amy, to clients, to the people that provide for me, to my contractors, everything. I want to make sure that I keep my word. There's been times when I've paid people before myself just because I want to be true to my word. That's how I want to be remembered. Doesn't really matter on the business accomplishments or anything else. When I go and I die, I just want people to say, Stewman never fucked nobody over. He did everything his entire life the correct way and didn't fuck anybody over. And that hadn't always been the case. They can't say that my entire life, right? But that's how I'm trying to live life right now, because that's all I want to be known as. The money, the fame, the videos, all this stuff. And I'm not saying I'm famous, but, you know, like people watching my videos and all this stuff, like none of that's going to matter. What's going to matter is that when people ask Jax 100 years from now, or however long it'll be, Who was your dad? It's going to be what he says. When people ask the children of my clients, you know, what was the separator in your dad's life that allowed his business to blow up? I want to be a part of that, right? Like, what a feeling. I want Jax to be able to answer, you know, my dad was a man of extreme integrity. He took great care, and he always did what he said he was going to do. And that's what I want to be. That's who I want to be known as. Everything else is irrelevant. And I've thought about this for a few days, like deep thoughts. And I encourage you as well to figure out, like, who are you really? Because most of us wear two masks. Most of you can't even be as real and honest as I am, because you've got licenses, corporations you work for, jobs, all these other things, clients that can't know the real you. So it's even harder if you go down the path and ask, who am I? So this week, I challenge you to ask yourself that question, and then honestly and brutally face the truthful answer that you find. Because it ain't always rainbows and sunshines, but you can change it to where it can be. But it'll also let you know the path that you're on. And if you'll be honest with yourself, you'll find that there's always room for improvement. And I suggest that you take action and move forward on those improvements. Oh shit, here, I'm gonna leave this video recording. I was done with what I'm saying, but I'm gonna leave this video recording because I got like somebody here trying to hit me up with money. They be working hard and shit over here trying to get this money. You see them right there? Wait, what? You just point the sign. The thing is with people here, if you'll notice, this dude got clean pants on, right? There's like 4 or 5 dudes. It's off subject, little PS, right? It's like 4 or 5 dudes here around my house that sit on the corner and beg. They all got brand new shoes on, brand new pants. Like, when are these idiots gonna stop giving them money, man? They don't even look homeless. They look crazy as hell. Don't get me wrong, they look crazy as hell, but crazy as hell in clothes. They look well fed. Like, I don't get it, man. Why would anybody give somebody that's standing on the street corner that's in clean clothes money? But anyway, maybe that's another rant, another time. Back to the main question. Ask yourself this week, who am I?